Hello everybody, welcome to the season finale of Let's Talk Anime of Season 2! So, you know what's really good to look at? Milestones. I mean, look at us. We went from episode 1 to now episode 20. And it's important to always celebrate a milestone in every kind of franchise. Many other franchises have celebrated their own milestones. Take Doctor Who, for example. That series has been around for over 50 years. Star Trek and Star Wars, haha, two really large fan bases that have also celebrated huge milestones in their lives. And who can forget Kamen Rider and Super Sentai? Hell, not that long ago, Super Sentai was celebrating its 40th anniversary. Or, here's another one. Digimon is celebrating their 20th anniversary. And Pokemon is celebrating their milestone by releasing 2 new games, Pokemon Sword and Shield. But, hang on. I'm getting an idea now. Forget about talking about celebrating milestones in anime and shit. We're talking about something even bigger. Pokemon versus Digimon. Too late, we're doing it. Let's do this! Now I bet you're wondering right now, why Pokemon versus Digimon? Well, despite the fact that I kind of already hinted at it last episode.
And it's on the sign.
You saw nothing. But the main reason why is because the rivalry between Pokemon and Digimon has always stretched out throughout the years among the fans. Hell, it's like saying that you're a Crip or a Blood when it comes to Pokemon versus Digimon. Now, where do I fall in this whole, mess? Well, let's see. I played just about every version of Pokemon. I played Red, Blue, Yellow, Leaf Green, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Gold, Silver, Crystal, Platinum, Diamond, Pearl. I played them all. I played Sun. I played Moon. I played Black. I played White. I played Black 2. I played White 2. Hell, I played all of Stadium and Stadium 2 and Coliseum. So yeah, I think I'm a pretty good Pokemon fan. But at the end of the day, between that and Digimon, and don't hate me for this, but if I had a choice between a Pokeball and a Digivice, Digivice comes first. So, to understand Pokemon and Digimon, we gotta dive into both of their creators. So, for Pokemon, you've got Satoshi Tajiri. Mr. Tajiri is a huge fan of bug collecting. He used to love to collect bugs as a kid. In fact, people call him the Bug Man. So, one day, he was in school, and teacher thought he was a very bad student. Then again, he had an undiagnosed case of Asperger's. But his main passion really came from video games. In fact, he was a big fan of video games. He actually started his own gaming fan magazine known as Game Freak. Game Freak was a fan magazine that would talk about how to beat certain video games in case other players struggled. It was so popular, it got the attention of many other game developers, specifically Nintendo. But at one point, he also wanted to create his own video games. So, with some help with some other people, he ended up talking the journalists of Game Freak into becoming game developers. Thus, the gaming company Game Freak was born. Now, Tajiri had an idea for a video game, and the idea came from seeing people play the Game Boy with a link cable. In case you youngins out there are wondering what in the world is a link cable, it was what we used before we could wirelessly link up with other players. It was a dark time. Darkness, my old friend. Anyway, Tajiri saw this link cable and thought, it'd be kind of cool? What if you could send bugs on each end of the link cable? So he wrote out the idea about collecting bugs and trading bugs with other players. People at Nintendo thought this was kind of nuts and a little too ambitious. But one person did believe in him. And who was that person that believed in him? None other than the great Shigeru Miyamoto. The guy who made the Super Mario Brothers and Donkey Kong. Sadly, the project with the bugs, it had to stop. temporarily, just temporarily, because Game Freak was on the verge of bankruptcy, and that is not good. Tajiri would take time and help develop other games until Game Freak developed more money. But when they did have enough money, people were saying that the Game Boy was a dead system. What's the point of even caring about the Game Boy? But believe it or not, Tajiri had an idea that was going to save the Game Boy. This idea was just to finish his original game. Once the game was finished and it was released, it was filled with glitches and it had some errors. But people loved it. And that idea was Pocket Monsters, otherwise known as Pokemon. Let's shift gears for a second and go to Digimon. Digimon was created by Akiyoshi Hongo. Akiyoshi Hongo is not a real person. Akiyoshi Hongo is not a person, more like persons. You see, it's actually a bunch of different people who played a huge part in making Digimon come to life.
Like gorillas?
Gorillas.
Gorillas?
Gorillas.
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 It's pronounced gorillas.
Pronounced gorilla-as.
No, it's pronounced gorillas.
Gorilla-as.
It's pronounced gorillas. Just because it has a Z doesn't mean you pronounce it gorilla-as.
If it was gorillas, it would have an S, though.
Okay? You don't pronounce the lightning bolt in AC/DC.
That doesn't make any sense.
The people behind Akiyoshi Hongo are the following. You have Aki Maita and Akihiro Yokoi, the creators of the Tamagotchi. You have Takechi Hongo, the chief marketing officer of Bandai. And last but not the least, you have Hiroshi Izawa, the creator of the Digimon manga. But the main reason why Digimon came around had to deal with the Tamagotchi. Now yes, the Tamagotchi was an amazing little electronic device. Hell, it even resulted in the winning of a Nobel Prize. But there was only one problem with it. That problem? Mainly girls were buying them. Not that it is a problem, but Aki Maita and Akihiro Yokoi both wanted boys to also enjoy the Tamagotchi too. So the idea came in the minds of what it would boys like. I got an idea.
Ooh.
So they thought, what is it that boys like? Dinosaurs. So the plan was make a special Tamagotchi for boys that feature dinosaurs. Then another idea came. What if instead of just having a dinosaur, the dinosaur can also grow? But then they thought, wait a second, what if the dinosaur can fight other dinosaurs? And then another thing led to another. Then a background story came out and bam, you got Digimon. Now, let's talk about both animes, shall we? The Pokemon anime can be described as a long-ass trip to the grocery store. You see, in the world of Pokemon, there are these creatures called Pokemon. No duh, right? They can be your friends, they can be your pet, you can use them for construction, as long as it's legal. And in this world of Pokemon, you've got a kid named Ash. Ash wants to be the very best. He's 10 years old and he wants to become a Pokemon master, which means you have to catch every single Pokemon. Ash gains his very first Pokemon named Pikachu. And with him and Pikachu, they travel throughout the different regions, collecting different gym badges and challenging each region's league. And as he challenges each region's league, he has not won a single one to this day. But with every loss comes knowledge. You get a little bit better and smarter. Except in Ash's case, because for some reason he acknowledges why he loses, he actually understands it, and then he goes off into his next battle completely forgetting all the lessons he's learned. This has been going on since the 1990s. The Digimon anime is very different. It's like a trip to the grocery store, except all the people close to you die. Now, there are a bunch of different Digimon anime, each one with a different plot, as well as focusing on different protagonists. But we're gonna try and do our best to focus on the first one. Our main character's name is Yagami Taichi, or Tai Kamiya in the United States. Ty and his friends are enjoying laughter and fun and recreational activities at summer camp until they get sucked up by some magical wormhole and end up in a different world. The digital world, inhabited by creatures called Digimon. Ty's partner Digimon, Agumon, is somewhat like Ty himself. They're both brave and courageous. The only difference is that Agumon can be a little bit more serious than Ty, and he can be very philosophical, despite being a short little dinosaur. Unlike Pokemon, Digimon is not as kid-friendly. Mainly because you got some kids watching people get stabbed in front of them. People die in front of them. Beings psychologically haunted by the fact that your mother died. Digimon are the champions. Now, despite me giving clear descriptions about the difference between Pokemon and Digimon, there are still some people out there who go around and say things like,
Digimon copy Pokemon!
Or,
how come Pokemon doesn't sue Digimon? They totally ripped them off.
In which that case, those people are on drugs. Don't do drugs, kids. As I said earlier, the main purpose of Pokemon is collecting, monster collecting, going on an adventure and collecting various monsters to battle other people with monsters and to trade monsters. The main plot of Digimon is just like Kamen Rider Ryuki, survive. It's not about collecting monsters. Yes, there's an adventure going on in Digimon, but the main point of Digimon is to survive, is to brave the elements and defend what's right, to save the world, and all the things that encompass it. The whole point of Digimon is to grow and to mature as a person, so that way you can make sure no one else suffers. And yet, some people believe that those are two of the same things, and that Pokemon came up with it first. One of the main reasons why people tend to say Digimon copy Pokemon, because Pokemon came before Digimon. Yes, it came out before Digimon. And because of that, you have people going around saying,
Pokemon came out first, thus Digimon copied them.
You see, people like that are not very smart. Because you could apply the same logic to series that came out before Pokemon, and then you can say, well, Pokemon copied off of those series. But to sum it up, there are no gym badges in Digimon, there's no Digimon League, there's no fun-filled adventure, and people die in Digimon way often than they do in Pokemon. They are not the same. The only thing that's similar is the monster companion part. But at the end of the day, when it comes to these two franchises, yes, they both have the word mon in them. Yes, one came out ahead of the other. But are they similar? Yeah. But are they the same thing? No. That's why I'm proud to be both a Pokemon and a Digimon fan. So yeah, that was the season finale of Let's Talk Anime. If you like this episode, please, I encourage you to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. You get notifications when we release new episodes. And also, share the love. Share Let's Talk Anime to your friends, your family, that one member of your family that you don't like. And stay tuned for Season 3, which will happen. No, really, it will happen. Until then, this is the Rangeress telling you all to peace out. So, let's start with Pokemon by talking about ass.
Okay, do that again.
Okay? Let's talk about the first season of Pokemon and talk about the main protagonist, Ass Grab 'em.
They're dangerous.
Ass.
They're dangerous.
Ass.
They're dangerous.
Ass.
They're dangerous.
But. Psst. Hey, other cameraman.
I'm not in this at all.
Ass.
I'm still not in this.
Ass, 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 ass.
Okay. Alright, that's enough.
Okay. No more ass play. Anyway, there's a lot of ass play in this episode.